guys, what's going on? It's Kyle. Just gonna do this week's video for you guys. I got a message on YouTube from one of the, I believe this is one of my subscribers, asking, basically, he said he's new to the whole modifying cars, and he just got a Ralliart, and he was kind of probably looking around YouTube, and he asked what I would suggest for him for modifications. Him being new at buying car parts and everything, and at the same time, like on a tight budget, like most of us are that buy a newer car and want to modify it. I know I am. That's why this thing isn't anything special yet. It's just looks for now. One thing he asked, he was like, I want performance parts, but I have a tight budget. So what would you subscribe? What would you prescribe for that, is what I should say. Now, if you want to go a good amount of, like some bang for your buck, easiest way to go is intake and an exhaust. That's hands down the fastest way to get anything out of your car. That's like easy, it sounds good, and it makes you feel better. Like when you're driving around, you're like, oh yeah, when you give that little bit of throttle. There we go. Anyway, if you give that little bit of throttle and you get that response there, you hear the intake like kick in, and you hear that the air rushing in, you hear it spooling the turbo, and you can hear it. It does make a difference in your turbo lag and all that stuff. It will spool your turbo faster because it's getting a lot more air into the intake, into the turbo, and into the whole combustion system. And then the exhaust, of course, makes your car sound better because, in my opinion, and my roommates and pretty much everyone that's got an Evo or a Ralliart, for example, they sound pretty lame. They're not very loud at all or like aggressive in their sound, especially when you're comparing them to a WRX or an STI. But they also have a little bit of mechanics behind that, where like unequal length headers give them that nice throaty rumble, whereas ours is meant for just straight efficiency. So that's one thing. Intake and exhaust would be your cheapest way to go. Now, it all depends really on what you want out of your car. Like if you want straight performance, or if you want to kind of make it look nicer or just sound nicer, etc. Like you can spend all your money on looks like I've done, or you could spend all your money on performance. Now if I had done what I had done, like spent the money that I did on performance instead of looks, I'd have a very different car. I would have had enough for maybe a full exhaust system, so like an exhaust system and an intake, downpipe and test pipe, probably along those lines. So it takes a lot, but it's expensive. So one thing that you want to make sure that you research your parts like really good. Make sure that it all works nicely together, like they all flow together. Try not to mix and match parts. You don't want like ETS parts or AMS parts, AEM parts, blah blah, like all on one exhaust system. You want it, if it's gonna go exhaust, try and keep it the same brand. They normally fit together a lot nicer, and you can normally get a better deal as well because they normally sell it in package deals. I think you can get a package deal for exhaust, for example, for about $1,800 or something like that from ETS or AMS, and that's everything from test pipe all the way back to your exhaust, right back to the tips. So you can normally get good package deals like that. If you want to make sure that you save. Like if you're really impatient, like me, I'm very impatient, but I'm good with saving money at the same time, which is ironic because I wouldn't think that I would be. But if you're looking at a part and you're like, oh yeah, I want that part, and it's so much money, and you're like, but I could get this part, it sounds okay, but I can get it now because I can afford it now. Just wait for it, because you want to make sure that the parts that you're getting, because they're going to be on your car until you get rid of the part or get rid of the car. You want to make sure it's the right part for you, right? You don't want to be slapping on like really crappy fart can on it, pretty much, like most Hondas or cheaper cars do, just because it sounds a lot nicer. You want to make sure that it's a good sound. Like I've heard Hondas that sound like crap, And I've heard Hondas that sound pretty good. Like there's one that lives on my street. Kudos to you if you watch my videos or not. Here's orange with white wheels. Me and my roommates are like, this sounds alright. It sounds pretty good. Like for a Honda, like it's good. And then you get the guys that are out there that sound like they're throwing like whippersnipper into a carburetor and a raccoon all at the same time. It's like, what the hell is going on in this? But that's basically two good examples of it. Now, if you're going to go for looks, for example, if you wanted something like that, depending on what kind of Ralliart you got, if you got the premium, I'd say modify your headlights, put some demon eyes in them. If you're good for like sound or anything like that, if you like sound performance, the sound system is pretty good. Other than that, you can make yours look a lot like stand out more than the other Lancers out there. Do like lips, lower it, put wheels on it. Wheels can be expensive, lips are pretty good. Lips can normally around like 300 to 500 bucks for a lip, like depending on the brand, of course, and depending on what it's made out of, whether it's made out of urethane, whether it's made out of carbon fiber, etc. Rex Speed is normally a very good brand to go through. My buddies have ordered through Rex Speed and have always been very happy with their cars. And that's where this road comes from. Oh, okay. Got it. Highway then. Alright. So, Rex Speed is where most of my friends order their parts from, and they've always been happy with it. I'm tempted to buy a couple things. They do little things like the vents, the hood vents, the skirts, and the canards, stuff like that, and antennas, and actually vortex generators too. Those are really nice. They make the car stand out a lot. Just something subtle like that, make your car a little bit different, because like you know exactly what you put into your car. Other people will like realize it after a while. They'll be like, whoa, okay, I see what's going on here, and they're like, all right, that's nice, I like what he did there. That's when I like, that's the way I like modifying mine. I like mine subtle, but like good quality. A couple of mine were a little bit shoddy, like my horns, for example. They look like hella horns, but they're not. They're Hala horns, but they have the same exact look and the same effect. So they look really good when now that I have them all painted and mounted up. It'll make the car look a lot different. It'll make it look unique, is what I'm going for. And people respond to it. They're like, that's nice, I like how you did that. And it's like, thanks man, thanks. So it really, all in the end, it boils down to you. Whether you want looks or performance and what you're trying to get out of it. If you want it to look unique, or if you want it to look like all the other ones, or if you want it to sound really good, or if you actually want it to move. Because you can't have all of it. Like you can have 2 out of the 4. Like, you know, it all goes down to what you want. Now, for brands and sites that I'd be ordering stuff off of, I don't really have a favorite. Like I have a favorite exhaust for the Evo, and it'd probably be ETS. ETS V2 exhaust. There's 3 different kinds. There's quiet, normal, and extreme. The extreme is very much like, it's freaking loud, like deafening, and you'll probably get a lot of problems with cops, stuff like that. So just watch out where you're getting there. So that's another factor that you gotta weigh in. Other than that, I go ETS V2 exhaust, and then probably stick with the test pipe and the downpipe. They have some cool downpipes there. They have like recirculating downpipes, and then they have venting downpipes. Those things are insane. Basically, once you ping so far off the relief valve in the exhaust, lets go, and you're just bypassing your entire exhaust system. Whether it's street legal or not, I don't know. I doubt it. But it's pretty freaking badass. As for intakes, again, I don't really have any preferences. I see a lot of people going with K&N Typhoon intake. It'll fit on both the Evo and the Ralliart. They're both the same setup under the hood, other than the battery being in the Evo in the trunk. Yeah. So really, I can't really tell you what to get. I can say, yeah, an intake and exhaust would be good for, you know, best bang for your buck. You're gonna get a little bit of performance out of it, make it sound a lot nicer, and I don't know, made me feel cooler, I guess, when I had my GT and I had my intake and an exhaust on it. It sounded pretty good for a little 4-cylinder that's naturally aspirated with a little like short ram air intake and, you know, the catback exhaust. Go catback, don't go axle back unless you're going to have plans for the whole exhaust, because you're going to get your bang for your buck if you go with catback. If you get the axle back, you're literally cheaping out the cheap way of modding a car. So yeah, that's what I think. Let me know if that's helpful or not. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below if any of it didn't make sense, which it probably didn't because I felt like I rambled a bit. Yeah, just let me know, guys, and I'll remake the video to your guys' liking, because you guys are awesome, and this is the whole reason why I do this stuff, is for you guys. Yeah, okay, I get some joy out of it too. It's pretty fun watching people's expressions when I'm driving beside them, like, oh, you got a GoPro on. And then you get the Hondas that rubberneck the kid. Alright guys, thank you very, very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.